Hey, what's going on? It's Charlie. I'm making this video just to update some things that I've done in Profit Trailer that I think have, I don't know, been good improvements, and they go along with, or they try to follow the BK boss method training pattern in Profit Trailer, which I don't know, I may not be the first person doing that, but I might be. So I'm going to show you my settings, show you how it's going. I will note that if you are on Profit Trailer, you'll know about these files that you have to download, and one of them is the JSON file, and mine got corrupted yesterday, so it would look like I've only had 20 sales logged, but that is actually just what happened overnight because last night when I got home from work, the file was corrupted, so I had to download the the JSON file again so that Profit Trailer would work. So anyway, just overnight, I'll just kind of show you that. Well, basically, since about 6 o'clock last night, the Profit Trailer has made $11.05. Um, as of this morning. It's so anyway, these are the sales that it logged overnight. Okay, so everything's in the green. There were some decent ones here, a little 3.39, 2.49s, 2.86s, so some good profits. But what I'm shooting for is about 1% a day is what my goal is, and I've been getting pretty close to that, just shy of 1% some days and right around 1% other days. I will note that I am carrying around some bags still from the prior method I was using, which I don't recommend that you use the settings that I was using in my prior video. It was just collecting bags, dog crap coins that were just in the tank. And not that they're bad altcoins, it's just that it's not the time to buy them. I'm going to show you why I'm using this boss method. And so shout out again to BK. His method works. And now I'm utilizing it with the Profit Trailer, which is making my life a lot easier because I don't have to figure out when to buy the coins. The Profit Trailer is just doing it for me. So here's what I'm doing. If you don't know what the boss method is, just type in how to chart like a boss into YouTube. You're going to get his videos. Just trust me and know that they are good. So here's the boss method. Okay. You get onto a 343-minute candle. You just need three indicators. You need a 231, a 7, and a 77. So the white's going to be your 7. The blue is going to be your 77, and this shaded area is your 231. Now, the best time to be buying is when the white goes over the blue, and it's even better if the white and the blue are both above the 231. So I'll give you an example. Like, let's look at Bitcoin's chart on Binance to Tether. You will notice that right now the 7 is about to cross underneath the 77, so Bitcoin went on a bull run starting around, what date is this? The 14th of February. And it looks like that bull run might be coming to a close. So I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin either rebound quickly here and test this 10,600 mark, these channels that I'm making, or what I expect to happen is that maybe we're going to dive back down to this level, the 8,900. So I would expect to actually, my bet is that it goes down to 8,900. And if it breaks down through this, it's going to go down to 6,900 again. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of hope that it does because I want to buy more. All right. So let me show you a chart that is probably going to be performing better so I can show you how this method works. So, okay, here's one where the white and the blue are both above the 231. And the 7 crossed over the 77 on February 9th. This is Ethereum Classic. So this would be the perfect method where on the 9th of February would have been the awesome time to buy Ethereum Classic, and you could have just held this. Now, the hard part about the boss method is you have to know when these moments in time happen. So what I've done is I've tried to replicate this as best as I can on Profit Trailer for two reasons. First reason is I'm only buying coins that are on an uptrend now, and I'll show you that in my settings. And number two, Profit Trader is acting like a scout for me. So every time it buys something, I will either know, yeah, that's one we've been trailing for Boss Method, or B, hey, maybe I had to put some of my Bitcoin in another trading platform that isn't using Profit Trailer into this other coin. So, okay, let's go back to the Profit Trailer here. Where is it? All right, so right now, as you will see, we are currently our pairs log has DGD, Ethereum Classic, GBT, ADX, and VeChain, and then in our DCA logs, we've got OMG, Zcash, Link, HashShare, Stratus, Lisk, and Verge. Now again, Verge, Lisk, Stratus, HashShare, Zcash, all of those were bought when I was using the old process, and I do not recommend it. These coins in here on this side, these were all bought with the Boss Method, and they've been trading and selling and making profit for the last few days because guess what? They're all on an uptrend. And so with the Profit Trader, it just buys and sells them throughout the day, whereas normally with the Boss Method, you would just buy and you would hold and you would wait for the 7 to cross the 77 up, and then you would sell when the 7 is going below the 77. But with the Profit Trailer, it's just cashing in profits all along. So you're like actually getting your profits, sticking them back into your box, and then you're buying again over and over and over again. So, all right, here's my settings. I'll just get to the meat of all this. So here's my pairs settings. So one thing I will show you really quick. So right now I've got a minimum buy volume of 500, but I'm actually going to reduce that. And what that's going to do is it's going to put more coins. I'm going to put it down to 250. I feel like that's going to be a decent. Shoot, I can't see my settings here. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to move my screencast screen. So I've changed my buy volume to 250. Let me just show you how that updated the Profit Trailer really quick. So now you'll see before I had like 16 possible trades. Now there's 25. And you'll see that there's only one that's a true statement right now. And what that means is that if I had enough money in my Bitcoin balance here, it would buy that. But right now it's just waiting for something to sell, and then the next thing that it will buy, I guarantee you, is BCPT, because that is trading well. It's on an uptrend in the Boss Method. So again, let me go back to my settings. So what you're going to want to do if you're going to use this method is you don't have to use these same settings that I've got here, this all max cost. You don't have to use that. You can if you want. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. These are my settings, but I am using a strategy called the EMA cross, and I'm using the last 90 candles, and I'll show you what I mean here in a second. The all buy value is it's got to be at a 2% spread, so the 7 has got to be 2% better than the 77 for it to be considered a buy, and you can adjust that. Higher or lower, whatever you want to do. And then the all buy available volume triggers 150. That's just how much coins have to be available on the market. So if there's a seller selling fewer than 1.5 or 150% of what I'm looking for, it won't consider that a good buy. Anyway, just read the wiki, you'll figure all that out. And then my sell strategy, I changed that a little bit too. I feel like I wanted to lower the percentage gain that I was willing to take to 0.2, which it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's getting a lot more than that, and it's because of this trailing profit right here that I've got set at 0.45. So what that means is that it'll start trailing it once it gets to a 0.2%, but it would not sell that thing until such a time where the 0.2 plus 0.45 is 0.65. It doesn't sell when it gets to 0.65. What it does is that allows a cushion where it will allow that coin to drop by 0.45 back to 0.2 before it would sell. Or as it goes above 0.60, let's say it went to a 1.0%, now it wouldn't sell until it got to 0.55. or better yet, it keeps trailing up. And again, you've got the 0.45 cushion. I may adjust that to like 0.5 on the cushion because um, I feel like before I was using like a 0.49 with a 0.177 trailer, and that just wasn't enough cushion. It was just selling really quickly because 0.177 is nothing. 0.45 really isn't that much either. So I might go to like 0.2 with a 0.60 or something like that. Anyway, I've still got my DCAs. Here's my DCA log. Nothing has changed there other than I did change the sell value to 0 because I'm trying to get rid of those bags. So hopefully Verge will go on a rally and I'll get rid of it, but I'm not going to sell it. I know Verge is a good coin and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to sell it. I just wish it wasn't in there. And then here's my indicators. So these are the important ones that if you're using the EMA cross strategy, notice that my EMA period is 14,400. So what that is that's a 4-hour candle. You cannot use 343 minutes in Binance. And so, but BK has said on many occasions, if you haven't paid for the upgrade in TradingView, that you can use a 4-hour candle. It'll work pretty close, not perfect, but in this case, I'm going to just say I can't do anything else, so 14,400, and then my EMA1, that's the slow moving candle. The slow moving average is 77, the EMA2 is a 7, and the EMA cross candles is the last 90. So if you take 90 candles times 4 hours, that's quite a bit of days. So let's see, that's 6 times. I wasn't ready to do math here. So it's probably like 10 days worth of candles that it's tracking. So in the last 10 days, if that 7 has crossed over the 77 and the buy value is 2%, if the 7 is 2% above the 77, that would be considered a buy. That's what all that means, guys. Okay, so here's the deal. So now let's go back to here. We'll see our pairs log. That's what's tracking right now. There's only one, there's two now. ARN just started tracking. I'll bet you that just happened. If I go to the trading window here and I type in ARN, because I haven't been seeing that coin popping up. So here we go. Oh, whoops, wrong chart. Big Binance, here we go. Bam, look at that. ARN just broke out above the 77 on the 343. So I probably am one of the first ones to see this, and you know why? Because Dolores, that's what I've named my trading bot, Dolores, named it after my mother who passed away 20-some odd years ago. She's looking out for me with the profit trailer now. I named the bot after my mother. So anyway, Dolores just told me, hey, look, however you pronounce this, ARN is trending up. And guys, look, this is a flipping great time to buy this coin. I would almost guarantee it. I bet you this thing skyrockets 10% today. Because look at this. This is another thing. The white and the blue are both above the 343. And what you're going to see here is that they've all kind of converged here at this moment in time, saying, yep, we're all in agreement. And now the white line, the 7 line, has busted above the blue line. It did it back here. It tested it. I would not be surprised to see this thing go up to, here, I'm just going to draw a chart line really quick. Minimum, it's going to test that. And I would say it's going to do it today, probably today or tomorrow. So that would be a good time to go ahead and make about how much percent that is. So it's at 0.0020. 0027. If it went up to here, it's going to be like a 25% profit you can potentially make on this coin in the next couple of days. So that's how you use this method. I hope that this video was helpful to you. And stay well, keep trading. Let me know if you see anything I'm doing that you think I could update on, improve upon, and I really appreciate it. Talk to you later.